What's up, y'all? Thank you for tuning into Sim's Vessel, where valiant, eclectic Samaritans share everyday lessons. It's your girl, Sim. Thank y'all so much for tuning into my podcast, where we will speak the truth, never hide but heal, and keep that shit all the way real. Let's face it, life does not come with a manual, so we go through life making dumbass decisions, constantly battling with who we are now versus who the hell we want to be, and no damn roadmap on how we plan to get there. We're just lost, trying to figure it out the best way we know how. And on top of that, we let our pride and ego stop us from asking for help. Let's break these generational curses, y'all, together and level up. We are only going to get one shot at life. We do not have fucking time to waste, okay? Let's get it. All right, y'all. So it's been a minute, okay? It's been a minute. Your girl had to fucking take a break. My ass, to be honest, I experienced burnout. I was completely burnt the fuck out. And we weren't even midway through the third series, the part 3 series of this podcast. And, sometimes life catch up to you and you have to sit the fuck back, reflect, and try to figure out where you are and how you want to show up. And so that's what I did. It wasn't planned. It definitely wasn't planned, but I had to listen to my body and I had to listen to my spirit and just allow myself to sit in the moment, because I was going through a purge situation where things no longer serving me. I had to give up. Me and Babe was going through planning phases of our next lives. So I just had to really sit back and reevaluate my life. And I was also working on my business, so that's pretty soon going to be launched, thank the Lord, because child, a lot has happened. I have been through the fucking most, but it has made me stronger and it has allowed me to just go with the flow. We have this plan and we want things to work out how we want it, how we see it, and that's cute. And that's good, because you need a plan to get your ass started, but you do have to be flexible in moments where your spirit is leading you down a different path or asking you to adjust and be more flexible. And so that also has happened. I was able to finish my website for the business. I also revamped my podcast website. So by the time you guys hear this, I will be doing a dump batch of 3 to 4 episodes so you guys can get caught up if you are not. And you can check out the new website so you guys can give me your opinion. But I tried to just simplify it. I did end up moving my website from WordPress to now Wix, because to me, Wix is just more cleaner, more crisp, and was given what the fuck I needed to give. Okay? With less headache. So now that we got that out the way, I have missed you guys tremendously. I have missed just being here in my space, in my office space, and just recording and just talking that shit like I normally do. So I'm not going to go on too much, because we're going to catch up as things go on. And I'm glad that, now that I'm returning with episode 4, which is coming out of your comfort zone. So this first episode of my return, we are on episode 4 of the part 3 series, Insecurities Doesn't Have to Equal Inadequacy. So, coming out of your comfort zone. My definition of coming out of your comfort zone is choosing to live your life in the most authentic way, regardless if you have fear, discomfort, or judgment from others. Coming out of your comfort zone is daring to be your version of bravery, of being honest and real, and you can acknowledge that most or some will more than likely judge you for it. The comfort zone spectrum is very large and subjective depending on the individual, but the symptoms and the thoughts and paralyzing feelings that we all experience can be felt no matter who you are. It doesn't matter where you are in your journey, or even if you're not on a journey and you're trying to start a journey, it doesn't matter. We all have these layers and paralyzing feelings that make us feel inadequate at time, and it may trigger things in us stemming from our past, stemming from our upbringing, and stemming from our trauma. So left undealt with, your ass is never going to come out your fucking comfort zone. Let's just be fucking real. You're not. Refusing to come out of your comfort zone limits your fulfillment in life and stagnates your growth and knowledge, because we get so caught up on the uncertainty about what it will involve. How should we do it? What you'll be asked to do? What kind of other people will be there? What they'll think of you? what the fuck? Like, none of that shit matters. Only thing that matters is you and how you want to deal with it. Stop looking at other people's journey and thinking that it has to mimic your own, because it's not. At the heart is uncertainty about whether you'll be up to the task and whether you'll be okay. Common reactions that you'll experience when you're trying to come out of your comfort zone, and you're up against a certain, situation, is that avoiding these kinds of uncomfortable activities, which means we never stretch beyond our small zone of comfort into something bigger. You're not able to grow and mature. We limit ourselves. It's not your usual situation that you're comfortable and familiar with. Common reactions also, lots of worrying, trying to control the situation by over fucking planning, lots of research, considering avoiding the event and trip all the fuck together. Like, we just be like, throw the whole fucking thing away. Like, hell nah. But you have to step out. And if you, and me, I step out on faith. Now, whatever you believe in, step the fuck out on that. But you most definitely need to step out on a belief system and the courage of yourself. You have to want that. Most people, if not all, have something that they are insecure about. This feeling of insufficiency or lack of confidence is a common issue, and not surprising that it affects women the most, since we are more in tune with our emotions. Insecurity is not a bad thing per se, and a healthy amount of it can motivate you to improve yourself. The problems arise when insecurity reaches unhealthy levels. Too many insecurities serves as roots to depression and anxiety. We be hella fucking stressed. Okay, hella panic attacks, practicing conversations in your head that never fucking happen, shutting yourself away from the world and your loved ones. And most importantly, you stop believing in yourself and constantly get hung up on everything that could go wrong instead of believing things could go fucking right for once. And you may actually enjoy it and can add to your list of passions and interests. So just give it a try, guys. That's what the fuck I've been doing. Hell, that's not to say that my ass don't be scared. I don't be having doubt. I don't be feeling inadequate. I don't be feeling just shut the fuck down. But at the end of the day, I also have to realize that I don't like the fucking feeling of the unknown in certain aspects. I don't like the feeling of, being stagnant and just stuck in one place. I don't like that feeling. I love to grow and evolve and elevate. And so for me, I more so just run the fuck towards it. Even though my ass is blind, sometimes I'm deaf. I'm not dumb, but I be definitely blind and deaf when I'm about to experience, when I'm trying to step out and do something new. It's not always easy, but sometimes it's needed. Now, let's get into some reasons you would have an insecurity about stepping out of your comfort zone. So I'm going to give you, as always, a personal example and some of the things that came up for me. Starting this goddamn podcast, I had no fucking clue, y'all, on where to start. Not a fucking one. Not one. I didn't even listen to podcasts. That's how crazy this shit was. I didn't view myself as someone that people would relate to. Having to put myself out there on a public platform, inexperienced with the podcast world. I didn't know how to start this website. I didn't know the podcast equipment I would need, how to record, edit, etc. Child, I was the fuck over it, okay? You hear me? Over it. And no bullshit. It's like being in an area that you are unknowledgeable about. It really does feel like foreign territory. And because of that, it's enough to say, hell no. I'd rather stick to what I think I already fucking know and just keep it pushing. But again, I tell y'all all the time, it's just our ego coming to the surface to protect us because it's unknown. It's not because we can't do it or it's not obtainable. It's just because it's unknown. And so we just try to shut it out to stay in our little comfort bubble, but you don't grow that way. But whatever you want to accomplish is already inside of you. The ability to tackle a new project or interest was already planted inside of all of us, but we can't activate it unless we surrender. When you surrender, then you will be able to activate it. And at least attempt to try and do new things. And only after we trust our journey will we strengthen that muscle and remove the guards preventing us from elevating, ascending, and growing. I had to assess, I had to assess what all was making me insecure and the steps I would take to tackle what my spirit is leading me towards. And for some reason, checklist works for me. It works tremendously for me. I like to be organized, although I can thrive in chaos. No, I prefer a motherfucking plan. So I write it all down for each step I need to make in order to execute whatever I want to work on. When I get finished with the checklist, I then begin researching each step on that list. When I get to the end and I still feel uneasy or worried, then it's an indicator that I may have unresolved trauma triggering me and some shadow work that needs to be done in full effect. But the biggest and most critical factor around your discomfort has everything to do with the past instance and nothing to do with that task/interest you're faced with in the moment. When I started to change my thinking process, I was able to make this connection, and it helped me a lot. It made me more confident in myself, my path, and the universe plan for my life. So let's pretend we're doing a checklist. The first thing on that list is to deal with what makes you feel insecure. Your mind can play tricks on you, y'all. It will make shit look worse or unattainable when you are trying to avoid those issues. The best way to deal with insecurity is to face it head on. Stop talking about next time, tomorrow, next year, because each time you delay or prolong stepping out of your comfort zone, you added another comfortable cushion to keep you in the lane of comfortability. Do not interrupt yourself or feel guilty about having these thoughts. You can also make a list of things that make you uncomfortable. After writing them down, tackle the questions of why. Why are you having such negative thoughts? Why do these things make you uncomfortable? And in doing so, it stops you in your tracks. When you analyze these things, you may realize they're not as big as they seem. By facing them head on, you will discover that they don't have power over you, and they shouldn't have power over you. It's your tool. It's your power in knowing. There's a lot of fucking power in knowing. Professional help is also an option, and something that tremendously helped me made the connections of my past experience robbing my present and future, because I completely wrote off the option that the outcome would be the same as the previous. Like, hell no. If I'm going to sit down and do this motherfucking checklist, that means I'm coming to a damn end. I'm coming to a solution in a new way, because clearly the way that you have been going about it is not the fuck working. Second, your support team, friends, family, partners, who the fuck ever is around you, whoever you feel like is your soul tribe, is your go-to. I say this all the time, to be very careful with your energy and who you choose to share with. Insecurities come because of whom and what you allow in your life. It's the energy around you. Everything is energy. Remember, energy never dies. If you're always around people who criticizes you, know that you are not in good company. They don't mean you no fucking well, and you can let their ass go. Cut the cord. Although it may be hard, step away from people who do not add value to your life. Toxic relationships will always make you feel inadequate of yourself. So having this negative ass bubble around you and then trying to come out your comfort zone, y'all can fucking forget it. You can forget it. We are powerful on our own. Yes. But sometimes we all need a cheerleader around us. Someone who's very uplifting, positive, always fucking cheering us on to let us know we got this when life is getting hard. And I hope you're doing the same, because you can't be stingy. This ain't no one-sided shit. You got whatever they give, you have to give back. You can't just be taking. This also goes for your content intake through TV, books, social media platforms, because undoubtedly you may lean towards negative belief systems, world trends, bad habits, because when you are not sure of who you are, you will be easily influenced. It's energy. If you are unsure, begin asking yourself, do they contribute to my better mental health? Does your insecurity increases because of your social media and self-judgment? Can you take breaks from it? Some of y'all need to shut that shit all the way the fuck down. And if you're unsure, you need to ask yourself this. Or do you think you would fall all the way the hell out if your ass ain't scrolling? Be very honest with yourself so you can get to the bottom and to the root of what's going on. Next on the list, dare yourself to step out of your comfort zone. Get tired of your own shit and your old ways. Clearly, it's not serving you, or you would be happy, confident, and eager to try new things. Stop thinking that everybody else is more capable or more talented than you. It's not an either or. It's an addition, a also, a as well, okay? The truth is, you are the only person who can hold you back and put a limit to what you can do and accomplish. Like I said during the first episode in this series on physical appearance insecurities, facing your fear is a declaration that you will not fall victim to your insecurities. You need to write that ass as a damn affirmation, a mantra, a petition, an intention, whatever the hell you need to do so that you know that it's the law. It is the law of your life. Fourth on that checklist, put some respect on your motherfucking name. Let me repeat that again. Put some respect on your motherfucking name. Be your greatest and biggest fan. Encourage yourself when you feel overwhelmed and take a deep breath. Big up yourself when you know you have done something well. Reach a goal or absolutely fucking nothing. Sometimes you'll say, I'm her. Yes, she has arrived. I done did that. Just for breathing, just for walking up, and just for choosing to be happy, put a smile on your damn face and get the hell out of bed. You'd be surprised. There's so many people who let, depression and, just this negative ass energy and these clouds to hold them back, son. Like they won't even get the hell out of bed, come out the damn house. Like that's how afraid they are. So you have to sometimes honor that you're willing to be brave and just step outside the damn house. You are the only person you should seek validation from. Just your damn self, your damn self. And it's important for you to learn how to do this for yourself, even if you have a support system in place, because for any reason, if the cheering stops from others, you won't be dependent on hearing from anyone other than you. One of the articles that I read during my research, I forgot the name of it, so forgive me. They suggested a technique, which is to keep a confidence file. And that was the first time I heard of that. I hold a lot of things because I'm very sentimental in that aspect, but I never really be put in those terms. A confidence file. You're going to write down or make some notes on your computer or phone about your accomplishments. Also, include sincere compliments from people who love and support you. When insecurities come, pull out this file and read it. Read every damn thing on it that's written down. You will come to realize that you are someone better than what your insecurities are trying to tell you. Now, I don't have to list per se, but I have a ton of journals, entries, prayers, etc. And like I told you, I have like a keepsake box of all sentimental things that just really pull on my heartstrings and make me smile. So in those moments, I will use those things to kind of pick my ass the fuck up. And even in my office space where I do my recordings, all of my degrees from college and, honor rolls and things like that, I added words on there so that it would help me stay disciplined. It would help me feel uplifted, like certain words. I'm looking at it right now, brave, blessed, like determined, respect, accomplish, goals, growth. Like all of these things reminds me of what I'm capable of. It reminds me in those moments that what you are dealing with is just unknown territory, and it may make you nervous and anxious, but it doesn't mean that you can't accomplish that goal. It's just unknown to you. So now you have all this anxiety and fear coming up, but just step the fuck out, and before you know it, you over that, and now on to the next damn scary ass shit on your damn list. Overcoming or dealing with insecurities is not an easy path. I ain't gonna fucking lie to you. It is a continual thing. It's a lifestyle. It's going to be ongoing. And you venture through your life, and it may involve undoing a lifetime of unhealthy thoughts, patterns, etc. Each level and experience will require putting your best foot forward. Healthier belief systems that don't make you feel like shit. Some of y'all need to talk better to yourselves. Start bigging up your damn selves. You have to stop talking to yourself like you're less than and unworthy. It will make you more disciplined, resilient, consistent, and happier because you know there's always a way, even if you can't see it in that moment. You gain a better understanding of yourself, thrive in relationships, and a flourishing career/purpose on this earth while you are here. We are all humans, and perfection does not exist. We all have insecurities that we carry as a burden in our heads. So instead of tearing each other down, why don't we cheer each other on so we can heal? The word insecurity, the first thing that comes to our mind is often a sort of negative emotion. Bruh, human insecurities are normal. And they are a part of how we experience this beautiful fucking thing called life. And the rules we feel the most connected with and that we vibe and vibrate to. You feel me? Human insecurities not only has mental effects, but also affects one's behavior towards others. Insecurity and anxiety can put a pause on all your dreams by holding us back and taking away new opportunities from us. We are all creators because we are all an extension of God, the universe, source, the divine, the higher ups, whatever the hell you want to fucking call it what the hell it is. But we are all connected and we are all an extension of that. Our mind has the power to control and create everything that we could ever want. So stepping out of our comfort zones allow us to create the life that we want for ourselves. But if left unresolved, it can also sabotage a shining future if we don't start realizing the effects of these insecurities on our mind. You can have an insecurity, but still think more positive about yourself and about that insecurity so that it shows up and manifests in a different way. And then that way you are able to see the blessings. Now, if you choose not to, you're going to start seeing the blessings is taken away from us because our eye then blackout. You can't see it. You can't see it. So you have to just acknowledge it for what it is. Y'all, this podcasting stuff is tough because I still work a full-time damn job. I'm currently in a void space, so energy is at an all-time low while I purge, heal, and grow in preparation for fast evolvement on my spiritual journey because I ascended again. But I love it because I get to talk my shit. And when I'm not in the mood to write, record, I remind myself of you all. I remind myself that we have to look out for one another. We have to cheer each other on because we all that we fucking got. And the world is not easy. And it reminds me of how I am breaking these generational curses, staying disciplined and consistent, and one step closer to my goal of freedom and healing while helping as many people as I can. And that makes my heart smile. I tell y'all this all the time. I don't want to just hold things on for myself. I want to help my brothers and sisters. I want to help you all know that you're worthy, you're worth it, and you can do it. You got this. I still believe that you never completely erase all insecurities, and I will always say that. But it's not a permanent issue, or it's not something we can't solve because your view on any insecurity you have will shift to a more positive understanding. But make no mistake that you can be triggered later down the fucking line. Okay? Y'all know the drill and what time it is. That's it for this episode 4, coming out of your comfort zone insecurity. Don't forget to leave a comment, share this episode, and to others within your life. Happy belated New Year. I hope everybody is setting those intentions as they should and really leveling up and bossing up for what this year is going to represent because it's truly going to be magical. So please tune in next week for episode 5 on self-doubt/procrastination insecurity, which you will need to tackle first after you're brave enough to come out of your comfort zone. Yes, because we're speaking this shit into existence. So from my heart to yours, I love you. That's it for this episode, y'all. As always, thank you for tuning in to Sim's Vessel Podcast. I really appreciate the love and support. I pray you were able to take away something from this episode or pass it along to somebody in need. Remember, a seed can't grow unless you water it. So get your ass up and bless up. I love y'all. Later.